Today we have a Air King, what I would say commercial grade box fan in the Lasko Power Plus box fan. Now, if I am following Lasko correctly, this is definitely a commercial fan, and I've done a video on this fan, and this video keeps showing up in other, or this fan keeps showing up in other videos because I just adore it so much, and I like to do these comparisons. Because really, while this is a commercial fan, I think commercial, residential, whatever, this is what a fan in 2024 should be like. But I'm not here today to get into all the reasons why it's not. This, on the other hand, I believe they bill it as a somewhat commercial fan, but not really sure. And I have I don't want to say doubts with it, but I have, not doubts with it, because I do like it. I like it. If I'm going to choose this, between this and a 3733, I'm going with this. Cabinet's a little bigger, a little more rugged, and while it has power in its name, I wouldn't say it is that much more powerful than a 3733. But I do believe it moves more air and does a decent job. I do like the color scheme of it, because if you're using it in a window, you're less susceptible to yellowing because of the it's not a white grill or blade. And I think it's just a handsome shade of gray. So I do like this fan. I Unlike its kind of cousin or sibling, the Pro Power, I think this fan is going to be, I think this fan still is pretty much in production. I think the Pro Power is getting harder to find. At least when I acquired mine, it wasn't as readily available. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. Although I did a fan video comparing this to the Pro Power. Check it out on the channel, because they're really the same fan, just kind of marketed a little bit different. In the marketing materials, this fan is shown in a, like, I think like in a residential setting, and then it's shown, I think, somewhere like in a garage. So I think the idea is this is a fan that you can use it, you can use it anywhere, of course, but the market for what they intended is, it's a fan a residential consumer can use it, or a business consumer contractor could use it as well, commercial. So let's see. Stating the obvious, from a height standpoint, and I should have brought a tape measure out, and I do apologize for my tight camera angle here. I'm kind of, my normal filming location was occupied. In this location, my normal filming location is occupied, so I just kind of did a little setup here because I wanted to talk about this. So from a height standpoint, they actually are fairly equal, where you put a 3733 in front of one of these guys, and a 3733 is noticeably smaller than both. 3733 is noticeably smaller when you stick it in a window or do anything with it. Even just using it, a 3733 has to count on having its feet. This does not. Although it did come with feet. I still have them. I have the original box, but we don't need it. We don't need it. The Air King, on the other hand, doesn't ship with feet. It's sturdy, strong enough, wide cabinet that it's just ready to go. Utilizes the same grill design, the same blade set, same circular cover in front of the guard there, and it just has a wider cabinet. In both these instances, I do think they could have used slightly larger blades, especially in these. This cabinet, even with the eyeball test, it's wider than the 3733, because this is not basically hugging the hub of the blade. This, on the other hand, I feel like I'm looking into a Lakewood, an old Lakewood, a 223, because there's so much space between the guard and the hub. Awesome. It's just awesome. And I've probably used that word like 50 times in other videos for this fan. from a comparison here, you can definitely, let me make sure we're in camera. Yep. You can definitely see the difference. You could definitely see the difference. This is like vintage wide. Again, it's 2024 and this is a brand new fan. I cannot state that enough, and I cannot state to say keep buying these things so they keep making them. I don't want them to go away ever. That's why I'm going to buy a bunch of them at some point before they go away, but hopefully they don't. Oh yeah, let's turn them around. We take a look at the back side. All right. So, typical Lasko rear grille, but when you upgrade above the 3733, you have these grills which really complement the front grille. Where I don't think the cool colors, if you go to instead of a 3733, you go to a cool colors. I think the cool colors has a straight grille on the back, and like the Venturi type grille on the front. I'm going from memory. I have 3 cool color fans. I should go check, but same really motor supports, and this is really this kind of goes across the board with all Lasko 3733. This shares a 3733 knob, which is interesting, where this is more integrated into the handle. It's kind of a triangular. I actually don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't mind a kind of different handle. It's interesting because Lasko seems to reuse parts, maybe they different color, whatnot. But it's interesting how they went with this handle, and I wonder what was the reasoning for a different handle. But yet they go back to the 3733 handle on the Air King, the Air Monster. All right, really the last thing to do is to turn them on. And I won't turn them on from the back side. You can check out the videos I did on each one of these fans individually if you really want to see them running on both sides. Again, this appeared, this is the 3rd video this is now has been in. I did a video of an unboxing, video of it comparing it to the Pro Power, and now to the Air King. I think it's fun to compare fans. All right, let me just get the, sorry to walk in front of the camera. Just get the electrical cord. All right, well, I do get requests to test the power output. So we will do that with both. First, we're going to take a look at Power Plus. All right, so we'll do it start it on low. So we have 0.65 amps, 122.5 volts, 0.98 on the power factor. So let's medium, 122 volts, 0.799 amps, 0.988 power factor. High. 122 volts, 0.97 amps, and 0.93 on the power factor. So again, this fan is very similar to the Pro Power. And I, excuse me, at the condo location, I do use the Pro Power exhausting air at the top of the condo out on the 4th floor. And there's times I hear it running and I'm like, oh, I must have left it on medium, which I rarely use the medium speed. And I go up and I'm like, nope, it's on high. It seems quiet. It seems very Lasko 373, excuse me, 3733 like. In a way, and maybe someone could tell me about the motors, if the motor's the same as the 3733. Maybe this fan is just the 3733, but all gimmicked up, meaning larger cabinet, different grills, different color scheme, different badging, call it a different fan, increase the price. That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. Again, I do like it. I do like it gimmicked up because I do like the more rugged, cabinet. All right, so let's get low on this big boy. You already notice the difference when you turn on. You hear the hum if it picked it up on camera. 0.62 on the amps, 122 volts, 0.966 power factor. Volts, 0.74 on the amps, 0.98 power factor. So much. So you don't see it, but behind the camera there is a sheet covering a shelf, and it is whipping around, whipping air everywhere, where that other fan was not doing quite as much. So high, 122 volts, 0.89 on the 0.94 on the power factor. If loud noises bother you, you don't like loud fans, this is not the fan for you. If you like the closest modern fan to a vintage fan, you like more manageable, a fan that's more rugged, a fan that's easier to put in a window because it has more real estate with the cabinet, this is your fan. This is absolutely your fan. So, if you like something a little better than a 3733, but you don't want cool colors, you want something a little more rugged, something a little more understated, this is your fan. It is a very good fan. I like it. In both cases, if you service them, take care of them, they'll last forever. The only thing that this is going to be susceptible to is if you're using it in a window extensively over time, yellowing. And it'll be interesting down the line seeing these show up on Marketplace or eBay with yellowed grills, because right now it's tough to imagine. Same with the blades. So you have your kind of applications. I think if I was outfitting a home with box fans, brand new, I would say, okay, any windows that get sunlight, for that. Any windows that don't get sunlight, get that. And anywhere else that's not in a window gets this. All right. Last thing. Let's just send them off. Racing away. So before I do that, and before you can't hear me and I create a wind tunnel down here in this basement, make sure you subscribe, like, comment. I want to know what your thoughts are on these two. Would you go Air King or Power Plus? For fun, I'm probably still going to compare this one to the Pro Power, even though it's really, I'm just repeating myself because it's the same as that fan, but why not? Most people don't know the Pro Power even exists. So comment, let me know what you think. And if you're into box fans, check out the channel. There is a lot of stuff on box fans, and I always like hearing from you guys. And with that being said, I am going to leave you with this.